Hey tribe, this is Justine coming from Tough Mudder Bootcamp, Las Vegas. Coach Justine is gonna work you through a 30-minute stretch series. So go ahead and feel free to grab a mat. If you'd rather just do it on your carpet or on your floor, it's all good. Just make sure you're not gonna slip and slide, all right? We're gonna be doing a 30-minute workshop, but if you need to pause or take a break at any time, or if you wanna modify these moves, feel free to do so. This is just a reference guide and a resource just to remind you to, as well as work your muscles, we want to release them. So we're going to get rid of soreness, we'll get rid of tension, we're going to focus on some deep breathing mechanics to keep you feeling good. So without further ado, if you guys want to go ahead and pause, grab the things that you'd like. Again, you can get some props if you want to use some blocks. If you don't feel that you really have that much flexibility, you might want to get like a little book or a small shoeboxy sort of shaped thing, just in case you need a little bit of leverage through the movements. Otherwise, we're gonna get started at the top of our mats. We're gonna take a big old breath in. We'll exhale, bend those knees nice and soft. Inhale again. Try to lift those hands all the way up to the ceiling. This time we're gonna fold halfway. You might feel a little stretcheroo in the hamstrings. That's all good. We're gonna breathe into that. Big old exhale. You might find that you can sink down a little bit farther. If you feel a little stuck, just take another big breath in through those nostrils. And try to lengthen through that spinal cord. Get a nice flat back. Just try to loosen those shoulders one at a time. Bend those knees. We're gonna inhale here. Exhale, come to stand. Roll those shoulders back for me a little bit. We're gonna warm the body up before we start loosening, okay? So we're gonna take a big breath in. I want you to reach over to the other side and we'll exhale back. Inhale as you reach. Breathe right into that tight space and exhale. A couple more on each side. You're gonna notice that one foot wants to take all the weight. Try to keep squeezing those butt cheeks, keeping your weight evenly distributed through both feet, so you can really open up that rib cage there. Use the breath as a way to cleanse yourself and heat up those muscles. Nice job, guys. We're gonna slowly walk this back. We're gonna put our hands to the front of the mat, shoulder distance apart. You're gonna notice that my wrists and my shoulders are one straight line. And you wanna splay those fingers because you want all the weight to be evenly distributed through those hands so you can do anything at any moment, James Bond style. So we're gonna slowly come on down to the bottom of a push-up position, AKA low chaturanga. Make sure you're driving through those palms, pulling those shoulders back and down, hovering over the floor. If this feels a little too intense right now, you can take it down to the knees. Otherwise, challenge your core. Big inhale here. Exhale, push. Hold that high push-up position for 10 big breaths, okay? In for 3. Out for 4. Your breath should always be audible to yourself. I know those arms are starting to get warm now. So just keep on lifting, keep on pressing, activating these muscles, squeezing them to the bone. You're gonna find you've got a favorite arm. I want you to deliberately shift your weight. Make sure you're using both of them the same. 3 more big breaths here. Last one. Nice job. You are going to take a big breath in, raise one foot off the floor, and as you exhale, you're going to land that foot in between your hands, or get as close to it as you can. So big breath here. Exhale, shift your weight into that hand. And we're gonna try to keep the knee between the arms here. If that just doesn't feel right for your hip, go ahead and move that hand to the other side. Otherwise, I want you guys to take it to the fingertips. Shift your weight primarily into that front foot as we breathe. Get ready to come on up to your lunge. You can bring your hands heart center. Make sure that you can see your toes on that front foot. And if this feels like a great hip opener for you and you're happy at this position, I want you to just breathe and rest here. If you do want to take it up a notch, you can shift your weight entirely to that front foot and give me a hip hinge here, really opening that front leg. Otherwise, we'll hang out here. We're gonna reach up and breathe. Hands back to heart center. I want you to see if you can get a little bit lower now. That back knee should be floating over the floor. Really working that right glute, digging your way through that right foot in front. And we're gonna push off and open up. So you're gonna notice that I've got my front foot facing forward and my back foot is 90 degrees. Catch your breath here. And then you're slowly gonna exhale, shifting that weight back into the front foot, looking up at that top hand. And we're gonna hold this triangle pose here for 5 deep breaths. Keep trying to lift that palm up and behind your body so we really relax those muscles behind our shoulder blade, those little ones that usually get tight between the upper neck and the upper back. Just let them go here. And we're gonna bend into that front knee, putting both hands back down onto the ground. And you're gonna push that foot back to its original position. Go ahead and give me a down dog here. We'll breathe into this. You can pump those calves if you like to, the way we usually do in class, or you can just hold it. Deliberately pushing off those palms, shifting your weight into your lower body and lifting that tailbone up to the ceiling. We're gonna inhale, raise this leg up. Hold it there for a few breaths as we prepare to bring that foot forward between our hands. One more big breath here. And that leg is gonna shoot through the hands. Again, if you need a modifier, bring both hands to one side of that foot. Otherwise here, top of the fingertips, stretching out that back hip flexor. Prepare to lift your chest and shift all your weight from your hands into this foot as we come on up. A few big breaths here. You can bring your hands here if you like. As we slowly lower into that deep old lunge, that back knee is floating over your mat or over your carpet or wherever you're at. You're lifting that chest and breathing, filling that belly with air. And you're gonna shift that weight back. Turn that back foot 90 degrees for me. Hands come out. And we're gonna exhale as we hinge forward, shifting that weight into the front foot. Saying, hey, look up and breathe in through those nostrils here. 5 deep breaths. One more. Nice job. We're gonna take that hand that was up in the sky back down to our mat, bending that front knee. Hands are here, up front. Get ready to push yourself into the top of your push-up position again. Now I want you guys to rock easy here, okay? Opening up those muscles in your feet and those calves. Inhale, hold here. And from down dog, we are gonna go into a plank. Drop it low. And go into an up dog, okay? So we're gonna do this 5 times. So take those toes under, push your weight back, flex those quads, inhale. Channel that dive bomb or push up into your up dog. Squeeze those glutes, pull those shoulders back and down, breathe. On that exhale, down dog. Inhale. Exhale, dive bomber. Exhale. Use the power of your breath to power through these movements, just as though you're doing resistance training. You're just using your own body as leverage to lengthen your own muscles. And soon enough, we'll be able to do it together in person. 3 more here, guys. I hope you're working up a sweat the way I am. Big breath and hold. As we push back. One more time for good measure. And we're gonna stay on our belly for a second. I'm sure you're happy to hear that. You're gonna keep those hands right underneath your shoulders. I want you to slowly raise your right heel towards your booty. And if you already feel that quad starting to open, awesome, just hang out here for a minute. If you're looking for a deeper stretch in that quad, go ahead and grab that foot. You might want to use both hands if you want a lot of pressure. And we're rolling those shoulders open. So we're stretching our pecs, stretching our quad all at once. Just breathe into this here. If your hammy gets a little cranky, you can always kick it out and come back to it. But we're really trying to get that heel and maybe even the toes to reach the glutes. See what you're capable of here. But be in touch with your body. Never force a stretch. Your body will kick you right out of it. All right, so we're just gonna relax for a sec. Breathe in. Exhale the left heel to the left glutes. Grab a hold of that foot if it feels okay for you. And get that quad stretch. Stretch out them toes. And keep your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed. You can shake your head no at the floor. A lot of times we hold tension up here without even realizing it. So keep just pulling those shoulders back, lifting that chest. Just another few breaths here. One more. Great job, guys. All right, I'm gonna have you push back into child's pose. You're gonna separate those knees, the distance of your mat, like the width of it, and you're gonna try to keep the big toes touching as you sit back on those heels. So you're gonna see, you see all this bad posture here on me, like I wanna round. I'm gonna try and take that rounding out by reaching forward and simultaneously pulling my hips back. So I'm feeling a stretch in this left tricep for no reason. You might feel these stretches in funny places because of the way we carry our bodies around. Most of the time we're not thinking about lengthening. We're just thinking about getting the job done. So here's an opportunity to find those weird spaces, maybe near the ribs, maybe in the arms, maybe in the hips. Try to push your weight into those tight spaces and really loosen them up. You can get your forehead down to your mat as you just take a couple of recovery breaths here. Exhaling all that tension out. Every exhale. Getting more relaxed. Reaching further forward. Wiggling. Loosening. Feeling good in your own skin. That's what this is all about. Nice job, guys. You can take those hands back under the shoulders. We're gonna go into a quadruped, fancy hands and knees position here, okay? Try to be in a tabletop. If you feel like you're this or like this, not quite a tabletop. Somebody should be able to eat lunch on your back, no problem. All right, from here, I'm gonna ask you guys to thread the needle, okay? So you're gonna take your right hand, you're gonna shoot it through. So those fingernails are facing down. And you're gonna shift your weight into that palm as you lengthen across. Big old exhale here. And as this doesn't feel so intense, you might want to stretch out that forward hand or sit back on those heels once again. You're gonna get more of a rear delt stretch in that right arm there. Breathe into that. Those upper back muscles, intercostal muscles, they need a good stretch. 3 more breaths here. One more, guys. Nice work. So go ahead and push through that palm. Recommit to that tabletop quadruped position. Deliberately pushing your weight through all 4 points that are on the floor. All right, you can include the toes and make it 6 if you'd like. And we're gonna take that hand down. We're gonna thread the needle. Ooh, I got a nice crack in my middle back. So ease into these stretches as your body allows, okay? There's no race, no rush. We all got plenty of time. So just sit back and breathe, relax. You can turn that chin in the direction that you are moving that bottom hand, okay? So I'm tilting my chin so that my left cheek is also on the floor. And I'm gonna breathe in here for 5 as I try to sit back on my heels. Every exhale makes it easier. And now that I feel as though I can, I'm gonna lean a little more weight into that shoulder that's on the floor. My hips are finally starting to relax. Isn't that lovely? I'm gonna take one more breath here. You can too. Lovely. Very nice. We'll work our way up. We'll sit back on those heels. Take a big old breath. Put your hands on your belly. Make your belly fat with air. Come on, fill it up. I know you can. One more time. Nice job, guys. You're gonna point your fingertips towards your screen as you walk those hands back. You're gonna feel a nice deep stretch in that low back, maybe also in the pecs if you're tight like me. And then I'm gonna try to make my way to my elbows. If you do not feel like you can, if your low back's starting to feel a little overstretched, you just stay right here, okay? If you're looking for more of a stretch though, you can slowly but surely take it down to those forearms and try to get that head to lean back. Using those elbows, it's like a reverse plank, guys. Open up that chest. Let those quads open. And we'll take that back up to the hands so we're all on the same page here. Check in with your body. See how you're feeling now, all right? I hope you're feeling great. If you're not though, take a break, all right? We're gonna rotate those legs so that they're in front of us and we're gonna make our way onto our back, yes. So you're gonna tuck those knees into your chest and I want you guys to slowly rotate those knees from left to right. I want you to find those back dimples, those SI joints. I want you to knead them out on your carpet or on your mat. Keeping that core engaged, okay? So when you're pulling yourself back up to the center position, should be happening from those oblique muscles. If you feel as though you don't need your hands and you want more of a stretch, take them out to the side and don't let your shoulders leave the floor, whatever you do. So this might be your whole rock, right? For others, you might be able to go all the way. I can't go all the way because this arm is gonna come up. So I'm just gonna work my range of motion until it increases. I would encourage you to do the same. So stomach is nice and strong. Exhaling to the center. Nice job, guys. You're gonna take your left heel and you're gonna put that on the mat. That left knee will stay bent. The right leg is gonna straighten completely. I want you to pull the right set of toes to your nose, so you're flexing that foot. Big inhale here. We're gonna exhale and raise that leg up so that the thighs are parallel with each other. And I want you to just pump the gas here. And let go. 3 more. If your leg is shaking, that's okay, that's pretty normal. Just means you're letting those muscle fibers release for a change. And as you connect with your breath, those gaseous exchanges will happen. We will clear the lactic acid from our legs. I want you to grab the outside of your foot and bring that knee towards your chest. For me, I have to bring it out to the side just because that's what my hips like. But if you want to bring it here and you feel good, you can bring that knee right into your right pec. That's awesome if you got that flexibility. We're breathing here. This is half a happy baby, okay? And now I want you to go for them toes. When you're ready, you're going to exhale and send that heel up to the ceiling. Big old hamstring stretch, holy smokes. And we breathe here. I am going to try to straighten my knee as best as I can with every exhale. My hammies are notoriously tight all the time. So once again, don't force anything, just let time and breath release these muscles, no big deal. And if you're not happy with the way your body's moving today, practice these videos until you master these movements. We get more flexible as we work on our flexibility training. So don't beat yourself up. I want you guys to just breathe in here, pull that knee back towards the chest, and then exhale, release it. We'll do this a few times. Just try maybe twice more. Inhale down, exhale up. Last one. Nice job, guys. I want you to go ahead and take this foot all the way out to the right. Don't let your left hand leave the floor. Woo! Nice inner thigh stretch there. Try to keep your low back flat here. We don't want to do any weird wonky stuff with the arch. So just keep on pressing those vertebrae into the floor, really squeezing your core. And if your foot can touch the floor here, by all means go for it. I'm just not there yet. We'll take that back up and bend that knee. And we're gonna switch legs in just a second. Just check in with yourself. You might wanna do a couple of these little rotations before we make our way over to the other side. Once again, easy does it, especially if you're not a big stretcher. Progress, progress. All right, guys, so now that this right foot is on the floor and that knee is bent, we're gonna exhale and straighten our left leg, flexing that foot, so pulling those toes back to our nose. We're gonna inhale here, exhale, get those thighs parallel. 5 big breaths as we pump the gas and release. Keep that low back pressing into the floor. I was cheating there for a sec. One more, guys. So the awesome part about stretching is that it's super functional. We figure out how our muscles communicate with each other while we're going through a range of motion, right? So we'll notice where we're compensating, where we lack flexibility in our hip, the shoulder will make a move. So I just want you guys to be cognizant of your tight spots. As you bring that knee in for that half happy baby. 5 big breaths here. Move that belly with that breath. One more, guys. that big toe, or big toes, or all toes, whatever feels okay. And lengthen that leg. Try to lock that knee out as best as you can. Get that stretch in the hammy and breathe into the discomfort. Own this moment. You are in control of your body. Exhale the tension. Just grab a hold of that big toe now. You might want to put it in between your middle and your index finger. You can get a nice grip of that toe knuckle there as we try to exhale that leg down to the left side, keeping that right shoulder grounded, keeping that low back pressing into the floor, opening up that inner thigh. Boy, do I want to scream. Breathe into it though and smile. Those who bend don't break, folks. Keep on breathing. Stick with it. And one more. Good. Exhale it back up to the center. Hug both knees into the chest. Rock it out. Recover. Be impressed with yourself. Some of you guys may have not realized how strong and flexible you really were. So here, I am giving myself a time to arch my back, and then I'm gonna crush it. So we're gonna arch, we're doing some pelvic tilts here. If you need some more low back support, please put your feet on the floor. Otherwise, give me that big old arch, and then crush it back into the floor. Inhale, arch. Exhale, flatten. Two more here. Last one. Nice way to do a spinal reset, guys. Great work. So now I gave you the half a happy baby. Now we're gonna be full blast happy babies, okay? Those knees are coming into the chest. We're grabbing the outer blades of the feet and we're tucking our tailbone up towards the ceiling. Okay, so your low back may very well be off the floor this time. Your core is engaged, and you're just breathing, and I want you to do a little rock back and forth. Happy baby, channel that little giggly baby. All right, breathe it out. Massage those kidneys. Hello. And the lungs. Sweet. We're gonna put our feet together here. Draw them in towards your body. Pushing the knees away from each other. It's like our little seated Indian stretch. We're just doing it in a supine position. You get a little bit of a different leverage here. And we're gonna start rocking, okay? So if you wanna rock this way, awesome. If you feel a little safer to rock this way, that's awesome too. And we're just gonna build up a little momentum here. Keeping that chin tucked into the chest. You can keep the hands on the backs of the legs for a little bit of support. Oh yeah, releasing that entire spine. And we're coming up to seated, hey. How you guys feeling so far? Zen, I hope. That's awesome. So we're gonna just let those hands go. And we're gonna finish in our seated upright position, guys. You're gonna draw that left knee in towards your chest. Nicely done, nicely done. You're gonna cross it over and you're gonna be squeezing this part of your leg to the long leg, okay? Creating a little bit of resistance with the muscles and drawing that knee all the way into the chest. Keep that chest nice and proud for me. And then put that heel on the floor, okay? We're gonna lean forward slightly, hinging at those hips. Really getting that stretch in the groin area. And we're gonna wring it out. So you're gonna take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. My fingertips are still on the floor. And I am going to exhale as I look over that back shoulder. shoulder area. And keep using that right elbow to drive resistance against that left leg. You're gonna get more of a spinal twist there. You might be able to move that back hand a little bit more, getting more of a twist, and we'll let that go. Woo! Bring your toes and your nose as close as you can. Oh my God, that right hamstring, Justine. I know. It's part of the workout, team. You can go ahead and crack your toes if you're a weird half gorilla woman like me. Oh, nicely done. And then we're gonna just kind of knock that leg out. Just knead those muscles against the carpet. Let out some of that lactic acid. So this hip is a lot tighter for me. So if you see me wincing, it's because it's a stretch for me, okay? So again, you don't have to bring the heel as close to that rear end if you're not able to. You can be here. If you feel that you do want an intense hip flexor stretch, go ahead and really try to draw that back so there's minimal space between the heel and the glute. Lift that chest and cross it over. Give it a hug. Breathe into this piriformis. Breathe into it. As we take our left elbow onto the outside of our right leg, looking behind us for that twist. And you may notice a difference from one side to the other. You might feel tension here instead of where you did on the other side. That's okay. Just breathe into those areas. Exhale. Stay strong. Stay lifted. See if you can maneuver that back hand a little bit. Nicely done. All right, guys, bring toes down to the nose. Keep on reaching, keep on stretching. Let those muscles stay screeching. It's gonna be all right. We're almost there. You can reach for that foot if you'd like. Another big breath here. And we let it go. And we're gonna bang out both legs a little bit. Loosen up, and give yourself a hand clap. You guys did an awesome job. I'm excited to see you for round 2, which is gonna be a slightly more advanced version. We'll be working a little bit more balance and core in our next series. So stay tuned and feel free to reach out to us, guys. We're looking forward to chatting with you. Have a great rest of the day.